Hello, Master0063 back for part 15 of Shovel Knight. We've done everything we could possibly do up to this point. Let's go off to the Tower of Fate. It's the final level. Let's take on the Enchantress, aka Shield Knight. We have some very ominous music and a kind of very ominous setting. So we pogo down few screens and we get to this area, which reminds me awfully of one particular screen in I Want to Be the Fan game, where you kind of have to spend a bit of time mucking around just dodging the flying blocks that come at you. You can pogo off them, so it's not too bad. The one I guess to watch out for is this one at the very end where the path opens up and comes from the right. Now, I have to hugely apologise, I know I have done already, for the recording in this case. It's unfortunately a lot of blackness, and yeah, again, for whatever reason, the recording software just did not like this at all. By the way, you can see that I went left there when you draw that drop down. It's one of those things again, go left, don't just go right. And you come to this area with a whole bunch of gems, 5 music sheets, fishing spot, chicken, in case you got hit. You could, by the way, get hit to those blocks. Although, frankly, if you do, you're more likely to get knocked back into the lava. But anyway, and a trout pool fishing spot, just in case you need some. Well, your chalices are not completely full. But yeah, I have to say, apologies for the recording here. I don't know why it did this, but yeah, whenever there's nothing high enough. So it's okay when I'm when I'm at the top of the screen or I've jumped particularly high, but yeah, when I've dropped down below a certain height, it all of a sudden had the size of a freak out. I don't know why it did that. For this final area, we've kind of got it is pretty much pitch black. We've got these platforms that spring up when you get close enough to them. In this area, they have stopped being solid, and we've now got pits that we need to traverse up. Sometimes the pits are wider, which means you have to take a few more leaps of faith to see where they're going to appear. You can do a little bit like what I did there, where I kind of moved off to the right and then backtracked to the left to see where the next one's going to come up. But yeah, it's not too bad if you take it slow enough, and just don't try to do too much at once. Once you get to a certain point where you have these candles in the background, from that point on you can just safely run all the way to the right. There are no more pits. Come up to the final screen before the boss with a checkpoint, which we can't break apart, but yeah, that's fine. We've actually broken all the checkpoints that we can do in the game, so yay. And it's time for the final boss. It's a beautiful night, isn't it? Shield Knight, come with me. Let us leave this place. How pitiful. Clinging to false hope, chasing ghosts. So, have you come to slay me, Knight? To avenge your beloved? Gaze into my eyes. See how fearful I am. Watch me cower as you draw your blade. I don't need a blade to fight evil. Shield Knight, I know you aren't lost forever. You haven't the slightest hope of defeating me, but I won't stop you from trying. So please, let us dance together into the abyss. Now, I have a phenomenally good fight here, where I take barely any damage, which is awesome. Basically, the Enchantress hovers around, firing these energy balls or whatnot, which you can reflect back at her. I'm also doing quite a bit of damage by having full health and being able to shock, fire the shock guard along the floor. At certain points in time, she then decides that she's going to energy sphere the floor and break it apart. This is the most treacherous bit by far, to try and make sure you don't go anywhere near the pits. She'll kind of, about maybe half health or whatnot, go to the bottom of the screen where you can't really hit her. She'll then also energy sphere upwards to create more of a gap. She then will, thankfully, create these or recreate the blocks for you, so you can kind of fill in the gaps and make things far less treacherous. She'll also then kind of dive bomb up and down a few times, and that does quite a bit of damage if it hits you. But yeah, she'll then also actually kind of, although I didn't really give her much of a chance, start to fire the energy spheres at angles, and that kind of makes things a little bit off-putting. But yeah, the flare wand is actually a really good weapon for her as well. And yeah, she went down really, really nicely. Yeah, can't quite believe how well that went. That was a good fight. I was very pleased with that. And after beating the Enchantress, we awaken Shield Knight. And ideally you want to catch her, although it doesn't matter if you don't. You caught me. If only I had known, I would have come sooner. You knew I was still there, even though it seemed hopeless. You never gave up on me. I will never give up on you. I will follow you to the end of the world. It appears that maybe you have. What's happening? Oh no. When the amulet shattered, the magic within it was released. It's already gathering. It will escape and wreak havoc on everything. Unless we stop it. Unless we stop it. We can destroy it for good, here and now. But we're both weak from battle. I've never been more ready. Come on, Shovel Knight. Let's fight together, like old times. Now, stay close to me. So, yes, it would be a little bit of an anticlimax if that were the end of the game. So, no, of course not. There is a second phase. We get our health refilled, which is always lovely. Not that I really needed it all that much. I only took one or two hits, but one blip of health away. So this is the final boss, the Uber Enchantress. And I hate this first attack. I swear, like the first couple of times I played the game, I got good at actually dodging that, but I have a nightmare here on all the times that you're going to see me redo this fight. Yeah, you're not just going to see it at once, you're going to see it later on a few times. But yeah, I really like this fight actually. It's the and it's an example actually of having cooperative kind of gameplay, and actually really good cooperative gameplay with Shield Knight here. And the idea is you need to bounce off her shield and go up high enough, get enough height to whack the Uber Enchantress on the head. So and it works really well. It's she kind of stays in close proximity to where you want to go, and it actually for one of the best kind of cooperative fights I can see, because it relies on the AI of the game to realise where Shovel Knight and the Enchantress are, and it works really, really well. I have to say, with the pogoing slash, it makes this much easier, because you can pogo on her 3 times and then she kind of dashes off to the side, but then you can kind of slash away at her then. I make a little bit of a mess of this, and I do like this bit actually, where she kind of puts her shield up. But I got a bit confused about where I needed to go and how that was where it was going to happen there. But yeah. Anyway, she does also this attack where she slams down, and I always seem to kind of like, I want to get close enough to be able to hit her, but I always seem to get hit by a fist or something. Oh, anyway, it's over, Shovel Knight. This place is falling apart. We have to get out of here. Let's go. I know a path. Shield Knight. Black Knight, thank goodness you're here. Shovel Knight is wounded. Take him and get outside. No, I can't leave you behind. How will you escape? This magic is too strong. I can't hold out much longer. Run. You can't deflect it. It will tear you apart. I'm so happy I got to see you both one last time. Shield Knight! Go! Take Shovel Knight! Save him! Promise me you'll save him! And with that, we complete the game. I got the checkpointless achievement there for destroying all the checkpoints. I'm not going to talk too much over the cutscene credits, other than just to point out that the text that kind of appears at the top. But here we have all the villagers. The Enchantress's fortress explodes, disappears, and everyone's super happy. But now I'm going to shut up for the most part. Pridemore Keep, King Knight. The rightful king returns. Troupple Pond, let the celebrations begin. The Lick Yard, Spectre Knight, the life of the party. Iron Whale, Treasure Knight, ill-gotten gains reclaimed. Explodatorium, Plague Knight, advanced potion class. Lost City, Mole Knight, excavations and expeditions. The Wandering Travellers, always ready for battle. Flying Machine, Propeller Knight, living the life carefree. Clockwork Tower, Tinker Knight, toys for the children. Stranded Ship, Polar Knight. Don't know why he didn't get a subtitle. Safe at last. I kept my promise, Shield Knight. Rest well, Shovel Knight, until we meet again. Perfect platformer, not falling in a pit. Impossible, not dying during the game. Victory, complete the game once. Yay, and with that, we're done. So, yeah. I perhaps don't want to sort of like do like a review of the game or anything like that because this is not the final part of this Let's Play. I've got to, or I've got to, but I'm going to go back and complete all the feats and everything like that. Show off a couple of other things as well, like New Game Plus mode and whatnot. So this isn't the end of the Let's Play. There will be one more part. So I don't necessarily want to go into like a massive long review of the game at the moment. All I'm going to say right now is I absolutely freaking love this game. I love the story, the characters, the All of No Quarter Knights, the design of everything, the music and the soundtrack. I might have already said that. Seriously, this game was an absolute joy. I played this at the beginning of 2015, and if there is a game that I play this year that tops this, it'll have to be one hell of a game. What else do I want to say while the credits kind of roll? Yeah, I guess perhaps just kind of touching on that final fight because I missed a bit of stuff that I wanted to talk about on there. But the attack where she kind of slams down and breaks apart the floor, there's again an element of instantaneous death there, which you have to watch out for. Understandable for a final fight. It's not too bad. But yeah, I always seem to want to be close to her when she does that, so I can get some extra hits in by pogoing on her when she comes down, because she doesn't kind of like When she's at the top of the screen and you poke on her 3 times, she'll move, you know, a long way to the side. But while she's still going up, she doesn't. So you can get, you know, a few more extra hits in. But I always seem to be just too close to her that her hands or whatever like that also slam down and get me. And there's a couple of times there I took a hit and it looked like I stumbled back right toward the you know, the pit and just kind of survived. But yeah, anyway, that was the extra kind of attack I wanted to talk about. And yeah, all Kickstarter backers who made this happen, you are all awesome. It's kind of one of those games that I wish that I had actually kind of, you know, got behind when it was kind of first envisaged and whatnot. I had no idea this game was coming, you know, was in development or anything like that. I'm not too up on these kind of things, but this would have been one I would have been so proud and privileged to have actually, you know, backed at the start, because it's just a super game. I do like at the end that it kind of gives you this well, digging log, which shows you how you did on each of the levels, including number of deaths, the amount of gold that you collected, and the time spent on each of the levels. These will seem quite long, and indeed they are. But a lot of that is me kind of going through all the kind of hidden areas, all the kind of breakable walls, collecting all the music sheets, getting all the relics and whatnot, and even going through some hidden areas or secret areas that don't actually have extra treasure, just in the point of view of trying to show off the game as much as I can. So yeah, the time there you can see 3 hours, almost, you know, 3¼ hours, but no deaths, no lives lost, no gold lost, and 100% item completion. Yeah, I could do it much quicker, but and indeed I will have to for getting a hurry up achievement for beating the game in an hour and a half. But yeah, the reason that takes so long is getting, you know, going off and finding all the relics and hidden areas and whatnot. But I feel like I had to do that as part of a Let's Play, otherwise, well, I'm not doing a very good job. But that's not the end. In a heartwarming finale, Shield Knight survived, and she's back with Shovel Knight, and that's just the perfect ending for this game. It's just got like such a you know, nice, positive, upbeat kind of, almost, not silly is the wrong word, but you probably get the idea of what I'm trying to say. And to have ended on the death of Shield Knight would probably actually have been kind of just a little bit of a downer at the end of such a kind of like an upbeat, positive game, and such a fun game. But so yeah, having Shield Knight survive is just kind of the icing on the cake behind, you know, the story of the game and just the game in general. Yeah, that really is the end of the main game. But as I said, as we return to the main title screen and get to hear that, or the awesome title music again, this isn't the end of the Let's Play. So yeah, I will be returning for one final video. It will be quite a long one, but there are quite a few feats and whatnot that I have to clear. I'll also be kind of going through the game, actually kind of showing off the fact that I have completed the game on New Game Plus. I say I won't play every level. I'll play maybe, you know, one level and show off the final boss, so that you can actually see it kind of getting through to that point. I'll also be replaying the game for a 3rd time to get the hurry up achievement, beating the game in an hour and a half. And again, I won't do all of that, but I'll probably just show off the final boss for that as well, and me actually getting the achievement for it. But yeah, we're not done with the Let's Play. I kind of want to kind of, you know, show off absolute 100% completion as much as I can do. So yeah, that's the main game completed. Stay tuned next time if you want to see the extra video where I kind of fully complete the game and clock off all the achievements. So till then, cheerio.